This is Old Televis Pink Shorts Hurricane Matthew special. Live with CNN live coverage. We'll break it down on approved. Satellites in the sky. It's a satellite, don't worry. Satellite. That's satellites, you know it. Today's show is LK, BRUYx. We saw bankruptcy the short way. Put by Aliens Experiment 33 Nickelodeon on the Time Warner cable lineup. Today's show is sponsored by the Posse committed this act. Statute prohibiting federal earpieces and civilian law enforcement. 18 U.S.C. 1385. What's in your wallet? CNN, who hopped the storm? Who's hopping? Hop, hop, hop. Yeah, that's right. The President of the United States. President. We'll be talking to them later. Well, I'm very excited to do today's show. I'm wearing Savvy from head to toe. I did everything you wanted to do it. You wanted. It's on the Vets in stores. Audio experience 11 song. Motivational speaker. Richest man in America. Universe World Galaxy. Paint the short way. Save me some of that peach cobbler. With whipped cream. Yeah, put whipped cream on top. Highest bid singer in the world. Tweet us via early or late at FRASH_JORDNZ. I wish I could do the ceremony. Hurricane Matthew. Every 20 minutes of the hour. A recibo of the hour. Tweet us at Twitter. Remember 311 on this pre-screening process. All liquids must be allotted a 3-ounce size container. American United. Fly with us. And Virgin America. Remember 2511 on intercepting wire or an electronic communication. Whoa. Men has won the election. Whoa. Everyone say whoa. Well, 2511. Whoa. 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 Wire, oral, and electronic. Whoa. Whoa. There's a reason why this is here. Everyone say whoa. Wire, oral, electronic communication prohibited. Whoa, men. Whoa. No more clues on November 8th or the last debate in Nevada. Today's show is sponsored by MerriweatherA.Law, America's first single attorney. We make the law sound wonderful the way it should have been. Besides everything, QRM Agency and the Fan World Tour. Get added. Get work. 11 song, close the door, seatbelts. Music will sink into the sound system. The temperature's on 67 degrees. Hurricane Matthew knows what temperature it is. Satellites, LTE. No one knows who I am. I'm just GTE. Verizon, star 82, star 67. Thank you, Timothy Hollock. You can call our phone any day of the week. Feel free. He doesn't know what the phone is. We're in a 2017 luxury toy. We're in a 2017 luxury from me to you. You can run your windows up. You can ride with us. You get the finer things in life. Star 8219. Sunset. We're perfect. 217. Co-host tonight is Currency, Food, and Utah's Purge. Be Siri, PH, or J. Obama obtained by illegal means. Let's discuss Hurricane Matthew with the president. Let's see what he has to say about Hurricane Matthew.
It is wonderful to be here. Welcome.
Hello, BRUYx. It's all Televis.
And we are here
Pink
to
shorts.
celebrate an extraordinary achievement.
Hurricane
Phil
Matthew.
Kessel is a Stanley Cup champion. Hey.
Matthew, where are you? I wish I could do the ceremony in Florida. Wish I could do. Let it rain.
We've got some special guests in the house.
Explain tonight's Dateline episode, please.
Big fans who are members of Congress. We got NHL commissioner.
Tonight on Dateline, on a lonely road, a daughter's determination to learn more about her mother's mysterious death leads to a reopening of a 30-year-old case. Dateline NBC tonight.
But we're actually making some history.
Who's moderating that
I'm
show?
proud to be the first president to welcome to
That's
the White
probably
House
Dennis Murphy. Let's see.
8 Cup winning
Yep,
teams,
Dennis Murphy.
all of whom are based in
Just
the
as we
United
thought.
States.
Tonight on NBC with Lester Holt.
Trudeau, who we state dinner here about that. Not too
On a
long ago.
holiday.
Of course, includes.
Hello, Barack. How are you?
outstanding
Have a
champions.
wonderful
Let's give it up
weekend.
for the
How was the
Pittsburgh
breakfast?
Penguins.
Tonight on NBC Timeless, the pilot, the trio, Chase, Evildoer,
So this is
Garcia
nice bookend to
Flynn,
my presidency because the first
Hindenburg
year
disaster of
you guys won the
1937
cup.
in a series
Now
premiere
you're
of the
coming
sci-fi
back for
action
my final year.
about a
A
professor,
lot has
soldier,
changed during
scientist teaming up
the
to
interim.
travel through time.
Back in
This is a repeat of
2009, my
Monday.
hair matched
Tonight on NBC,
the color of the puck more than the ice.
the color of the pump. Hello, Sarah Palin.
Sid the Kid was actually a kid. And Gino was still snapping
Yeah,
pictures
hello,
with his football.
Shara. Nobody does it like Shara Lee. Nobody does it. Nobody does it like. Nobody does it like Shara Lee.
But what I like best about this team's victory is that no one thought they could pull it off.
Gasconia.
I obviously sympathize with that. They said the same thing about me.
Arecibo.
Mike Sullivan started the season
Arecibo.
coaching the minor
That's
league
right.
team
Today's
in
Arecibo. You know.
Wilkes-Barre and Scranton. That's Biden country.
That's why we've been listening to the other version.
And Casey country. In late December, the Pens
We
were
love the other
close to the
Anderson
last
Cooper.
place
Hello,
first.
the other one.
Spirits were low.
Yeah, we've been listening to the other
and
Anderson.
designed its 50th anniversary logo for the upcoming
There's two
season.
Andersons.
It referenced the
The other one
franchise's three
made it
cups
rain.
because no one imagined they were about to win a fourth. And then GM of the year,
Who's
Jim
the other
Rutherford,
one?
got to
I don't
work.
know.
He was smart enough to see
Yeah,
that Sullivan had coached in the Blackhawks organization, so he knew.
Yeah, we've been listening to the other
He knew
Anderson.
Sullivan brought a lot to the table. Goalie Matt Murray,
The other
a
lemon
rookie,
and
was
the
a
other
brick wall. The HBK
Brooke.
line, none of whom were on the team last year, were so dominant that they earned their own
Espanol
sandwich
version,
at Primanti Brothers. The Pens went
Pens
14-2 down the stretch to finish second.
down
in
the
East.
stretch.
And then
Today's old televis pink shorts. Voting by Aliens 33 Nickelodeon. What's in your Nickelodeon?
like, oh, these are
Yeah,
so
what's in your
corny.
Nickelodeon? It's a conspiracy. Capital One, what's in your Nickelodeon?
And then they powered through 3 rounds, each
Three
tougher than the
rounds.
last, before taking care of the Sharks in 6 games.
Taking care of the
One of
Sharks.
the most remarkable turnarounds
Suggesting
history
aborted. We can't say that
of
here.
the NHL. Of course, leading the way was my fellow lefty,
Look, there he is
Sidney
again.
Crosby. Last time he was here, I took a cheap shot at Sid for his size.
For his size.
I wasn't the first one,
I wasn't the first one.
on or off the ice.
On or
Of
off
course,
the
since
ice.
then he's won 2 Olympic golds,
2
a
Olympic
World
golds.
Championship, a World Cup MVP, a playoff MVP,
Playoffs.
another NHL MVP,
Another
mountain of
NHL.
other postseason awards, even won an Emmy.
An MA.
And of course, he hoisted this trophy right here, his second Stanley Cup to
Wonderful.
match his mentor, Super Mario. So
Her pink shorts is in front of a live democracy republic, both exposed and approved. Hurricane Matthew. Thank you for writing Emerald. Thank you. Safety video. This is Auditorium Station, Auditorium Nerve. It's CBIS
obviously nobody has
iPhone.
to,
I'm star 82,
tell you
star
his
67.
extraordinary achievements on
Thank you,
the
Timothy
ice. But
Holla,
here's,
for using
something
Verizon
worth mentioning.
Landline.
During the playoffs,
Restitution of
defenseman
all
Trevor
federal and
Daley's
state
mom
funds
was
is
battling
applicable to
cancer.
a volunteer status.
Told him
18
that
U.S.
fighting
Code
so
1385.
her son lift the cup. The captain always chooses who
Subpoena,
gets it
that's
second.
correct,
It's
Mr.
a big
President.
honor. Sid surprised everybody, including Trevor. By
Everybody, including Trevor.
Trevor's mom, Trudy,
Trevor
got to see
Martin.
her son skate around with it.
Am I
They
stall
both
7, stall 82,
and then passed
stall 67?
away a few days later. And that's a testament to the kind of person
What are they blocking,
Sid
Mr.
is, but
President?
also the kind of team this is.
Is it a cure?
All summer, these players shared the cup with their family.
What are they blocking with the telephone?
Nino brought it to his grandparents' place where
Stall
they made
82.
his, Nana's famous tuna fish
Oh,
pasta.
you got it. Allen
He let
Hospital.
his infant daughter, Maisie,
Biomedical
sit
research.
in it.
Hello.
A cup celebration spanning 4
A cup.
generations. To paraphrase the legendary Badger Bob Johnson, that's a great day for hockey.
That's a great.
And of course, the people
And
of
of course, the
Pittsburgh
people of
love
Pittsburgh
their Penguins,
and
including,
GTE,
their outstanding mayor,
which is
Bill
now
Barron.
Atlantic, Verizon.
I heard you here. Here he is. Have a good one.
Am I a gate? GATA. Yes, you are. You are. Look at Hurricane Matthew. See then.
400,000 people welcome
400,000 people
the largest
in
crowd
San
for a
Jose.
sports parade in the city's history.
The city's history,
which is
saying
for
something.
the city of champions.
City of champions.
Pittsburgh also appreciates
Pittsburgh
this
also
team,
appreciates,
as do I, for what they've done.
as July 4th.
A bunch of the players
brought the
cup to Children's Hospital.
Children's
In fact,
Hospital
it was Ian Cole's
and
very
Allen
first stop,
Hospital.
inspired by Michelle's Let's Move initiative.
I'm
the Penguins
GTE.
Foundation started Project Power Play to get more kids
I'm reaching.
exercising. And
Yeah,
now
he's
it's helping
Reacher.
restore city and
Hi.
county parks
Hi,
across
Reacher.
Pittsburgh.
We can't wait for that film,
raising
CBS Films.
about concussions for young athletes. And the Pens have been leaders in the green sports
Leaders
world,
in the green sports
making their
world.
facilities more energy and water
More
efficient,
energy.
lowering their carbon footprint as they travel. I want to thank Commissioner Bettman.
We want to
and
thank the
entire
president.
NHL
This is
for
Pink Shorts for
leading the way
Contract
in
1622.
environmentally sustainable sports,
Dismiss
because
the
we
use
want
of land
to have
zoning
ice
and loss
so that we
prevention
can
of
play hockey.
electoral college tree, Ohio Red Bay, Head
You
without
guys
the
are
E.
champions
Tim
because
Toyo
of
Tom
this
S. Bellew one
teamwork.
is an agreement and
Faith you have in
acceptance
each
of
other,
identical evidence and discretion of
set
all
a great
content will be
example,
obtained for Pink
for the
Shorts,
city and
all
for the league.
television network, and Merriweather
Keep up the
business
great
is
work.
not limited to any
On and
business
off
I
the
haven't
ice.
mentioned.
Have a great season. And once again, let's
And
hear it
once
for
again, we're having
world
pizza
champion,
with the.
or the
We're having
Louisiana world
dinner.
champion, and we're going to call him the world champion. Pittsburgh Penguins.
Pittsburgh Penguins, hello. We're having pizza. The commander, hello. And the afternoon.
That's a good look.
The whole evening's with me.
That's not bad. All right, let's strike the podium so we can get a good picture with everybody.
We're having pizza with the commander. 184. He said it, I'm GTA, Verizon, Better Atlantic. Bellew one. Congratulations, Bruins.
Congratulations, everybody.
Matthew Lashes, Florida, packing 125 miles an hour. Breaking news. Hello, CNN. Give us an update on your storm. You hopped it together. Tell us where you did it. Why? Yeah, why didn't you guys do a storm?
Good morning, everybody. Nice to see you all. A couple quick things before we get started, just a logistical announcement.
Hello, Josh
You know that
Ernst,
the
Hurricane
call time
Matthew,
for the
Baptist, Florida,
President
East Coast.
Penguins is in about 45
This
or
is an
50
old
minutes,
televis.
so,
Breaking
you
news.
need to excuse yourself to participate in that event.
How many satellites
I
did
will
it
not
take
be
to make
personally
this?
attended. Second,
How many
the President's
satellites?
updated once again on
We're
the
probably about 3 satellites, you
preparations
know, 3
underway to
Star
prepare
Wars put
for
this
the
together, you know.
likely landfall of Hurricane Matthew.
The ionosphere, we
The
just whipped it up.
weather forecasters at the
Matthew
National
Lashes,
Hurricane
Florida,
Center
600,000 without power.
now
All
anticipate
televis
that
exclusive.
the impact of the storm in the United States is likely to be quite significant.
Quite significant.
We
We
strongly
strongly encourage people who
in
live
the
in
areas
the
that are likely to be
various
affected
areas affected
to
by Matthew to go have
heed
a friendly
the
dinner
warnings and
in West Seneca.
instructions
Of
of local officials,
including Star 82 and Star 67.
The
The
instructions that are being offered by local
GTE,
officials are informed
Bell Atlantic
by
Verizon.
information that they are receiving
There's no
from
judge calling his cell
scientists
phone.
and from federal officials. And those instructions
And those
are geared
instructions, you know, because
towards
he called,
protecting people.
it's already a
I believe that
gate.
it's important for people to listen to those
How would you
instructions.
call on a communication
We
named
also
after
encourage
me?
people to stay up to date on the
Stay
weather
up to date.
forecast. For those of you
Forecast.
who have been covering
You
this
know,
story,
John
know that the
Hoshinet
weather
calls me on the
forecast,
phone.
or the forecast track of the storm, has changed
Chris
multiple
McKenna
times
calls
just
me on the
this week.
phone.
So it certainly is not outside
So
the
it
realm of
certainly-
possibility that could change once again.
Once
We want
again.
to encourage people to stay
We
up to date
encourage all
on that.
attorneys to call us on
What
the
we did learn
phone
overnight is that
that's
it's
not Star 82
likely that the storm could strengthen
or
further
Wingate Star
before,
67. They don't know.
landfall, and that obviously is.
Put on Notorious in the background, please.
So we want people to be
Right,
prepared.
we have Notorious on in the
The last thing I'd say
background.
about this is that there are those who doubt the
Today's show is
intensity or
sponsored by
severity of the storm.
Verizon.
They need only look
Install
at the
82.
images
It's my
that
phone
are
network.
coming back from Haiti.
Verizon LTE
Where the
Advanced.
storm had a
Upgrade
rather
your phones
significant impact in
today.
Haiti. And that that is pretty good evidence
That
of
is, yeah, it is. It is a lot of good evidence.
what people in the Southeast could be
I
facing.
mean, he's calling me on the phone.
For those Americans that are interested in
All the judges are
offering up their
protecting
assistance
the
to
phone.
Haiti, we encourage people to
The
visit
CDMA conspiracy.
CIDI.org. It's a place where you can get
Exactly.
some more information about how you can
Caller
help a country
aid.
like Haiti that doesn't have the
D.
resources that we do
Caller
to
ID.
deal
What's
with
your phone
such a
number?
significant storm. But
We're looking at
obviously
this as
is
pink
a pivotal day.
shorts, civil code,
People need to be
contract, verbal
making
contract,
preparations and
the use of
following
land
orders,
zoning,
today.
loss
So
prevention.
hopefully
It's an agreement and
being
acceptance of
felt
identical
this
evidence of
evening.
all description, not limited to any Merriweather
certainly over the
business.
course of
This
the day,
is all
those of us who don't
televis.
live in potentially affected areas will be sending
Josh, how did you like Notorious
those
last
who are,
night?
potentially in harm's way. But people should take confidence
Look, it's Alan Wells.
from knowing that federal officials
Fall
have been
guy.
working very effectively with officials at the state and local level to prepare in advance of this storm.
I look
We've
different.
developed an expertise, and we
I look
intend
very
to use
different on
our
this show.
resources and that expertise to protect the American people, and
She married
be
Oscar.
put to the test in the next few days. So with that, Darlene, do
She
you want to get
married
started?
Oscar.
A couple of follow-up
She married
questions on
Oscar.
the latest theft of classified information.
Are they planning a
Does
divorce?
the administration
Of
have
what
a better
magnitude?
sense of exactly what information?
Twitter, help us out on this show.
This is an investigation that
Twitter
is
will tell
being
us the real deal. What's going on with this program here?
led at the FBI.
Oh, okay.
Federal
Exactly. We
prosecutors
thought. Yeah, that's what we
obviously
thought.
released documents yesterday
They're planning a
that
divorce.
indicated that this individual had
Good
been in
Lord.
custody for several weeks.
Thank you, Twitter.
The Department of Justice
The
also
Department of Justice
made clear
made
in the
clear
documents that were released yesterday that the
documents that
investigation
released
is ongoing.
yesterday.
So, as there is more
What was
information
this?
that our investigators are comfortable discussing publicly,
Discussing
they'll make the
publicly?
decision to do so. And obviously, protecting
I'm
sensitive
sharing your
national security
thoughts.
information is a
Good
top priority of
Lord.
the administration, and it certainly
Why are they
is
sharing our
an issue that this
intellectual
administration takes seriously.
property
It's also an issue that
for profit?
prosecutors and investigators at the Department of Justice take seriously.
Take seriously.
So
Today's
that
show is sponsored by
investigation is
Verizon, Advanced
As
LTE,
additional information
Star
can be
82,
made public about it,
19, Abbott
the
Road.
Department of Justice.
People
I'm the
everywhere
phone
are
company,
probably wondering how
GTA,
this could happen again after Edward Snowden.
a gate.
And reforms that were supposed to have been put in place after the Snowden theft. Can you address at all how something like this has happened again in the post-Snowden era?
Well,
Well,
Darlene, I'm going to hesitate to draw
GTE was
too many connections between these two cases.
headquartered
Each
in
case is
Pennsylvania.
unique. Some of the similarities in the cases have been well
We're
documented
reaching
publicly.
for a different opportunity.
But let me
But
start by answering your question about the
start by
reforms
answering
that
your
have been put in
question.
place. The administration has put in place
GTE was founded in
reforms principally
1918
through the National Insider
from
Threat
Stamford,
Task Force that is
Connecticut,
being led by the Office of the Director of
and the
National
Connecticut
Intelligence.
Street Armory.
We have established
We have
government-wide
established
minimum
the parent
reforms for
company
these
of
kinds of
GTE.
insider threat programs that prevent
as of
the theft
2000.
or unauthorized disclosure
How do
of
I get a
sensitive
title like
information.
this?
The intelligence community
The
has
intelligence
launched
community is having
a series
pizza
of continuous evaluation programs
with the
to
lieutenant.
help determine whether an individual with a security clearance needs it.
I
and
have
should
a security
continue to hold it.
clearance because I'm early and the door
That effort has
opens.
been effective in actually reducing the overall number of people that hold security clearances. That number has
I
fallen about
meet
17%
afternoon and
just in the last
evening
several
on
years.
Mondays.
There also has been
there's
a
also
requirement
have been
instituted that
instituted?
individuals who hold a security clearance
Hold a
need to,
security clearance.
submit to a reinvestigation
Yes,
every
we
5
have.
years to ensure that they are complying with the
We have pepperonis,
terms that they have
anchovies.
committed to. What we've also tried to do is
Yes,
to
we
enhance
have.
the quality of background checking
Investigations,
investigations.
background.
And there is a new agency that's been
Hello, Stanford,
stood up,
Connecticut,
to
GTA.
ensure that those investigations are more thorough,
And
more
hello,
efficiently
Maury.
conducted.
Stanford,
So this is
Connecticut,
certainly
same
something
place.
that,
You got
the
it.
administration takes seriously, and there are important lessons that we have learned
You are the father.
since the case of Mr.
Since
Snowden.
the case,
But Darlene, I think that this risk is always going to be
this
there,
risk has
as
always
long
been a
as
funeral that hasn't
there is a
happened.
desire to share sensitive
There's a
information
desire to
across the government.
share.
And we know
And
that there
we
is a
know
risk of
that
not
the
sharing that
phone
information.
is named after me.
Recall that this is one of the principal
Today's show is
insights
sponsored by Verizon
of
Advanced
9/11
LTE.
that there is too much stovepiping inside
It's
of the
pizza
federal
and
government.
Vernon
There
put
were
together.
particular pieces of information that
Star
had been shared
67
across the
Wingate.
government could have been effectively used to keep the American people safe. So the sharing
Wait, we have a
this
call from
information is
Timothy. Hold
critical.
up, hold on,
It's just
please.
critical that we
Incoming call from Timothy Hollock.
keep the
Incoming
commitment that
call
they've
from
made to the
Timothy
American people
Hollock.
to protect it. Let me
Incoming
close by
call
saying
from
that
Timothy Hollock.
these are the kinds of risks
Incoming
that our
call from
government has
Timothy
faced
Hollock.
since well, at least for a very long time.
Incoming call from
And
Timothy Hollock.
we were talking a little bit
Right,
earlier
answer the
today
phone.
about,
Good
again,
Lord,
an
answer
entirely
it.
different case.
Answer.
But a situation
Incoming call
about
from
15 years
Timothy
ago, there was
Hollock.
an individual who was
Hold on,
arrested
you must
by
answer
U.S.
the phone.
officials because he was
Somebody.
accused of stealing sensitive
Incoming call
information
from
and
Timothy
passing it on to
Hollock.
the Russians. This is the Hansen case.
Block him.
So,
Star 82.
the case of Mr. Snowden
Star
and this individual
82. Call
is unique.
rejected.
Each is unique.
Thank you.
Obviously, the
Thank you,
Snowden
be
case
Siri. Why is he calling?
got some extra attention because
He's waiting for you to refuel
frankly,
your
he was so
Avis
publicly
at
on the lam.
Sunoco Gas and Fuel.
But
Block the call and
this is
block
something
James
that
Shield as well.
our
Block
government
all
has
of
been
Buffalo Police
confronting for a long
Department.
time, and
On
it's
my
something that
phone. Block them
in some ways
all.
is even more complicated
Even more complicated.
given the modern
Given the
communications
modern.
tools that we
We're
have
waiting on
access
a
to
tweet
now,
from Verizon
make
about
it
this.
easier to pass this information
Verizon, feel
along.
free.
Again, there's a benefit to that in terms of enhancing information sharing.
Information.
But there's
sharing.
a risk.
There's a risk
And there's a risk that we're working very diligently to mitigate.
Does the administration see this latest case as serious as the Snowden case, or is it too early to make that?
Verizon Wireless, how are
think,
you?
It's certainly too early for
It's
me to
certainly
draw
too
that kind
early.
of connection or to offer up that kind of an assessment.
That kind of an assessment.
Our investigators at the
investigators,
the Department of Justice are conducting their own independent
our own
investigation.
independent
So,
Star 82.
with
I was born in
a sense of
1982
urgency because they recognize
because they recognized
significant
GTE. It was a gate.
the stakes are in cases like this.
Why was it a gate?
But I'll let them speak to what they've learned and
Yeah, why was it a gate?
Offer an assessment if they're prepared to do
It's
so
Shirley.
about
Oh, it's
just how
oh
serious
Lord,
it
it's
is.
Shirley, isn't it?
Roberta.
Is the president
Is it Shirley?
to try to prevent Aleppo from falling?
Oh Lord.
Well, Roberta, the United States has been deeply engaged in international diplomacy to reduce the violence in Syria.
It's not my grandmother
We've obviously
because
been
you know it
involved in that
can't
effort
be.
for a
It
number
just
of
can't
years
be.
now. The United States just yesterday.
The United
participated in
States
an ISSG meeting. This is the
It's all
International Syria Support Group
telecommunications,
that was convened.
all televis.
This is a group of
This is a group of NSA
a
professionals.
couple dozen countries who are concerned about the situation in Syria.
We have a
and
tweet
have
from Verizon
assessed its
Wireless.
significant national interest in
Oh,
resolving
let's
the
give them a
situation
column on
inside
our show.
Syria. And the United States has worked effectively in a leadership role in that group.
Tweet from
to try
Verizon
to
Wireless.
bring the international community
Jamie
together around some
Deneen.
potential solutions.
Paying for a phone can be
I can tell you
expensive.
that U.S. officials,
Why are you looking for another?
I believe, are meeting today
Why are you
with our
blocking
European
for
allies
another phone?
in Europe
What happened to
to
your
discuss
phone?
the situation inside of Syria.
We like that
It's a
tweet,
well-planned
Verizon. We're gonna
meeting,
retweet it
that,
for the real.
is
We
held
like
at a
it.
variety of levels. But the focus of those discussions today
Focus
was on the situation in Syria.
in
The
Syria.
United States is obviously very focused on supporting UN-led efforts, and there are a variety of those. There's
What is
obviously the
GTE,
efforts that are
Mr.
underway
Josh
by,
Ernst?
the UN Special Envoy, Mr. de Mistura, to
We're having
try to
pizza
reduce
with
the
the
violence
lieutenant.
inside of Syria. And there's also been extensive work that's been done at the United Nations Security
that
Council
legal?
over the years to try to focus the international community on potential solutions inside of Syria. And
We can't explain what else would happen.
we continue to be deeply
I don't feel
concerned
comfortable
about
discussing that with
the
you.
tactics used by the Assad regime and the Russians
We have a don't ask, don't tell policy.
that are focused on harming civilians. And that's
We have to
deeply
abide
troubling
by
what's
that.
happening there. And the United States has
Incoming
been
tweet from
deeply engaged
Verizon Wireless, Star
diplomacy,
82.
around the world. to try
What
to
does it
address
say?
But I guess very specifically on.
I hope everyone stays safe during this nasty storm. Let's check the network. What zip code are you in? Any errors?
Beyond
Retweet it.
sort of the broader effort.
We just retweeted it.
Again, Roberta, our conclusion about the root
Our
cause
conclusion
of the chaos
about
inside of
32.
Syria is that there's no military
There's no
solution
judge calling his
to
phone.
the many problems that are plaguing Syria.
We're not
And
taking
we
the
are
case.
working urgently to end the violence
To
in
end the
Syria
violence
and
in
in Aleppo
Syria.
through diplomatic channels.
Through
We have been very
diplomatic
focused
channels.
on that through all the channels that I just described. There is an important
Well,
role
we
for
have
the
to go
United
over
States military to play
Notorious's
in terms
schedule.
of leading a counter-ISIL coalition.
Yesterday's episode was
And
Friends and Other
those military efforts
Strangers.
have moved aggressively
Next week's
to
episode,
roll
Tell
back
Me a
territory that
Secret.
ISIL previously controlled and to apply
And
significant pressure to the
October
leadership
20th
of
episode,
ISIL and other
Missing.
extremist organizations that are operating inside of Syria. In fact, the
Operating
Department
inside of
Defense announced
Syria.
earlier this week
We're
that
concerned about what's
a senior
missing. What's
Al-Qaeda
going to be missed?
leader in Syria was the target of
What's
a
missing?
military strike. That's an
October
indication
20th.
of the vigilance that is being exercised by
60 days from
the
my
United States
birthday.
military as they try to keep the American people safe. So our military
I wonder
is
what's
engaged in
missing.
the counter-ISIL campaign, but we're also trying to address the root cause
My
of all this
thing.
chaos, which is the political situation
It's not-
inside of Syria. And we're working diligently through
Yeah,
diplomatic
we're
channels
with.
to try to reduce the violence and
We're
increase
with
the flow of
Welcome to New
humanitarian
York.
assistance.
Just briefly, 44
Welcome to New
young
York. Been
troops,
waiting for us. I'm
who
real
were
with
in the
them.
United States for military training have gone missing over
We've
the
been
past 2
waiting
years,
for you.
presumably to live in,
We love you.
perhaps work illegally in the United States.
We've been waiting for you. We
I guess
love
I'm
you.
wondering, how concerned is the White House
Welcome to
about
New York.
questions that this will raise about training and security, given that, I mean, they were training with the DoD.
Today's show sponsored by Verizon, LTE Advanced, Star 82
Well,
at
Robert, I can't speak
19.
to any individual cases. But
I'm
I
a
would agree with
GTA.
colleagues at the Department of Defense who may have more information.
I'm
on this.
having pizza with Lieutenant.
Michelle.
I just want to read to you something that just came in.
How many slices would you eat?
From FBI sources.
It's irrelevant.
I just lost it, so give me 1 second.
Okay.
Here it is. Okay, so the FBI believes Harold T. Martin
Ask
III
where
has
was the
been
pizza?
illegally taking home classified
Oh, don't answer
information
that. Don't
for
answer
years.
that.
When they raided this property, they found thousands of pages of classified documents, hundreds of
Think of
thumb
eye
drives,
level,
hard
she
drives,
level.
dozens of computers and servers.
Oh.
He appeared to have his own server farm, enough to operate his own cloud.
Oh, yeah, that's
So I think
fine.
it's one thing if, he started doing this last week and they suddenly.
I always remember the
I know it's
pizza
impressive
on the
features,
desk.
If this is a recent thing, but the fact that
It must be goodies on the
FBI
desk.
believes he's been illegally taking home
Oh,
classified
goodies.
information for years. And you listed a number of changes that were made
Dateline
after
tonight.
the Snowden case. So how do you have any confidence that all the changes that were made are really doing anything if this person was able
With Dennis
to do
Murphy
this
and
for
pizzas
that
on the
amount of
desk,
time?
goodies on the
Well,
table.
Michelle, I'm not going to be able to discuss
Tonight on Dateline.
any additional details about what the FBI or investigators have been able to find.
We can't elaborate
I'll leave it to
anymore,
them to
any
disclose
further.
Exactly what those investigations have uncovered so far. Those
You can
investigations
imagine.
obviously uncovered.
Goodies on the table.
The kind of steps
The
that we have
kind of
taken
steps
to mitigate against
To
so-called
mitigate.
insider
Yep,
threats
there's pizza there too.
are significant, and they have
Buffalo State College
made some progress. in
made
terms
some
of,
progress.
accomplishing some of our goals.
And there's
Improving the background check
videos there
system,
too.
reducing the number of people that have
Online
security
videos.
clearances, making some technical changes
Making some
to the kind
technical
of access
changes.
that people are given
People
to
are
sensitive
given.
information.
Breaking news, all
There are a
televis
variety of
evacuations underway in
both
Savannah,
intuitive
Georgia.
and highly
All
technical
televis.
steps that we can take to try to limit this risk. But
This
this is a
risk.
risk that is always going to exist. That risk is more significant.
That risk is more
given the
significant.
kinds of
Tonight on CBS,
technologies
MacGyver,
available
all
now
new.
that allows
AWL. The team head to Malaysia
transfer
in
of
search of
information.
a man
Again,
finding a
that is
terrorist group
largely a good thing in terms
of
of making the
pizzas,
US
but
government
their
more
plan
effective,
changes into keeping
integrating our
him
defenses in a way
alive
that can
after
have
his
a positive impact
after
on
he
our
is
national
shot.
security, but it does
Tonight on
include an inherent
MacGyver's
risk, and this
only
is a risk
CBS.
that predates this kind of technology. I think what is
I think what is true
unquestionably
is
true is that the vast majority of
I'm the
the
entire
men and women
evening on
in our
Mondays.
intelligence community take very seriously
Take
the
very
responsibility that
seriously.
they have to the American people to treat sensitive information protectively.
Protectively.
They understand the consequences
They understand.
that protecting that information
I'm
has
here
for our
to
national
help.
security. They understand that the effective use of that information
We
enhances our
don't,
national
and
security.
we don't.
These are individuals who,
Yeah, we
in some
don't.
cases, have the kind of expertise
We don't.
that would allow them to collect a much larger paycheck
They
in the
don't-
private
don't.
sector. But instead, they use that expertise
What's
to protect
missing?
the American people in a government job. And
We don't.
that's a pretty clear indication
Yes,
of their
that is.
patriotism.
We don't.
But look for these
Look
individual
for
cases.
it.
This is a risk that exists.
Incoming tweet from
And
Verizon.
as the investigation moves forward,
That is
if there is
too
more that we
much
can
time
learn
to
about
spend
additional protections
on
that we
one
should put in
issue.
place to
Let
prevent
me assist.
something like this from
What
happening
concerns do
again, we
you
certainly
have
will,
regarding your plan?
learn from this situation. And if there are additional reforms that are worth implementing, then we won't hesitate to do so.
We won't hesitate to
Made
do
this
so.
a priority.
There just seems to be in such a secure operation, such a gaping.
Hello, great on the curve. How are you? We
Have
love
the
you.
ability to take home classified information over the course of years. Wouldn't you agree that
Notorious is on in the
there's
background.
obviously a
Hello.
need for some different kind of changes than the ones that we're already making?
Hello, media. How are you? Good
Changes
morning.
that have made, and we've already seen some important positive
Today's show is
results.
sponsored by Verizon Advanced
But we
LTE.
certainly will, as
Star
reporters,
82,
want to
star
press this case as the
67.
investigation continues. Part of this investigation will be understanding exactly
Better
how this person
matters.
was able to evade detection and commit the
Yes, Gleed Evasions is our
crimes
sponsor
that are
too.
alleged.
Walk with us October
Then,
23rd.
we'll want to learn from that and implement the kinds of
And
reforms or
implement the kinds
solutions
of
that would prevent
reforms
others
and
from
others.
doing the same thing.
Okay, and the latest voice that we've
100 Starbucks, sure.
from the UN's human
Sure,
rights
Nazi,
chief,
no problem.
calling, as others have, for a limit of the use of the veto
$100
in the
billion.
Security Council. Does the U.S. support that? And does the administration think that that would actually do any good, especially at this point, to try to
Who is
make changes to
Trinity?
what's happening in Syria?
Well, there certainly has been
Who's Trinity?
the United States has been
The
disappointed
United States
at
has
the
been.
way in which Russia, and to a
Russia,
certain extent China,
certain extent
have
China,
wielded their veto
Their
authority on
veto.
the UN Security Council to blunt
to
international efforts to limit
the
the
question in
violence
our
inside of
news
Syria.
network. All television.
We've been disappointed that they have used that veto to
We need a new view
protect Assad.
from the community.
There have also been movements at
There've also
the
been
United
movements.
Nations Security Council
Who was this
to
here in red?
raise concerns
Hello, boy in red. How
about
are
the
you?
conduct of individuals in
A
that
real
conflict,
man.
and to
Yeah,
ensure
you
that
don't
they
do
are
that.
met with some accountability. Those accountability measures have
One
been
time
blocked
too many.
by the Russians. So we've been deeply concerned by the way that
No
Russia has
drinking.
used its veto power on the
Power.
UN Security Council
Security Council
to
to
prevent
prevent.
as much action from the UN
Suggesting
as we would like
abort
to
it.
see. I know there has been a broader,
I know there has
and in some
been.
ways more esoteric discussion about proposed reforms of the UN
Oh,
Security Council
television network.
and the way that it works. And there have been some proposals to enlarge it. Our friends in India are certainly interested in benefiting from reforms like that.
Everyone has secrets.
But as it relates to the situation inside of Syria, I think our concern, our most urgent concern,
Concerned.
is with
It's
the
with?
way that Russia has used their veto authority
No, it's before with
on the Security Council.
on the Security Council. Mr. Ernst.
Is that something that should be done and should be looked at more closely now? Or do you feel like now is not the time for that, that it's not really going to do anything?
Who was this boy in all red?
Many United Nations processes are
Many
characterized by the
across
length of time it takes
of
to
time.
complete them, and surely the idea of
You treated
reforming
Sarah
those
so
processes
wrong.
is
Naughty.
also likely to take a long time too. So, we've expressed in other contexts
I
our
wish I could
support
do the
for
ceremony.
a set of reforms that could make
I'm
the United
Fresh
Nations
Jotun.
more efficient, more effective, and potentially even
You
more
treated
representative.
Sarah so wrong, Fresh Jotun.
Our focus right now
Thank you,
is on,
Naughty.
trying to reduce
Thursdays on
the violence and
ABC.
urgent situation inside of Syria. Okay, Justin.
Justin.
I guess I wanted to follow on a couple things Michelle asked about. First,
We have a right foot
the
shop.
reason that the veto conversation is particularly relevant is reports.
This must be the Craigslist department. Look at it.
Sanctions against
Craigslist.
in response to
Craigslist.
chemical weapons use in
Craigslist.
Syria. I know that you
Craigslist.
never sort of talk about sanctions until they
Craigslist.
happen, but
Nazi.
would the U.S. be
Craigslist.
willing to pursue
Nazi.
sanctions with Europe and other
Craigslist.
allies outside the framework of the
Nazi.
UN to address concerns in Syria?
Well, there are other examples of
Early on,
events that are able to
Notorious.
work
Recap.
effectively outside of the auspices of the UN.
On the old
to
television
implement
network.
sanctions in a coordinated fashion to maximize the impact of those sanctions. So the situation.
Thank you,
in Ukraine is
Fenro
obviously the
Tour.
first example where the United States has been able to
Internships available.
effectively with our European allies to impose tough sanctions against Russia.
Look at this video.
Of course, I'd
Craigslist.
be among the first to point out that
Naughty.
sanctions that we
Craigslist.
have imposed on
Naughty.
Russia in concert with our European allies as a
Craigslist.
result of Russia's actions in
Naughty.
Ukraine have not yet achieved the desired result.
Faces.
We haven't seen the change in
We have a right for
strategy
chalk watching
on the
Naughty.
part of the Russians that we'd like to see.
And
in Ukraine.
Craigslist,
We haven't
peace.
seen them indicate their clear respect for the territorial integrity,
Territorial
and sovereignty
integrity.
of Ukraine. But
But
we do know that
we
those
do
sanctions have had an impact.
have
on
had an
Russia's
impact.
economy. Russia
we will finish
is
our recap of
paying the
Naughty
price
tomorrow
for their
on
actions
Pink
inside of
Shorts
Ukraine,
or television.
and that price is one that they have to pay because
The
of
real
ability of
version
United
with
States
the
to work
White House.
effectively
Hello.
with our European partners to impose those costs.
We have an update on Hurricane
That's something that we
Matthew.
didn't do through the UN.
Breaking
obviously,
news,
because
Hurricane Matthew back to
Russia-
Florida's East Coast.
As a veto on the UN Security Council.
Evacuate,
so it's one
please.
example of where we have been willing
There's an ammonia
to
warning
work
last
outside
month
the auspices of the United Nations.
on
But
Trayvon.
in a way
We
that
told
has
you a
had,
month ago to
an
evacuate.
impact, even if we have not yet achieved.
Is that
the
correct,
desired
Mr. Entz?
So what I would say is our preference is always to work
Yeah,
with
our
the UN
preference president told us
when
we
it
had an
comes
ammonia.
to implementing these sanctions.
Evacuate
because
Florida.
It means that even more countries are able to coordinate their actions with the United States.
Now we have the
which
storm.
essentially has a multiplier effect in
We've
terms
got
of the
it.
strength of the sanctions and the size of the cost.
Well,
But outside
Verizon.
of, we do have options.
Incoming
and we
tweet from
have demonstrated,
Verizon Wireless.
An ability to work outside of
We
the-
appreciate the details
to
you have
achieve
sent.
similar
Feedback. The area will be
So,
low
I guess
coverage
the
area
point
due
is,
to the
in this case, I
geographical
wouldn't rule out,
surroundings.
multilateral
Verizon
efforts
Wireless.
outside of
Star
the UN,
82.
to impose costs
To block the
on
cure.
Syria or Russia or others.
Thank you, V Siri, on that
regard to the
update.
Situation inside of Syria. We've done that in the past.
I'm the
I'd like to take it off
NSA.
the table
You
in
are.
terms of the options that the president may consider in this situation.
ACN. Thank you, Donald Trump. Video found. Hello. Yeah, thank you, Donald Trump on ACN. And Time Warner Direct Cable Sale. Thank you very much, Mr. Trump. Is that evidence of something? He's selling phones and cables. I don't get it.
Any sort of reevaluation on whether that firm should be
Vocal
involved
seduction. They don't get it. They don't
or
understand
receive
this
government contacts
internet
on
TV voice.
classified data. Two of their employees engaged in
I'm all communications, all television.
I'm not aware that
Bios.
the investigation that's been conducted thus far has detected any wrongdoing.
Detected
on the
any
part of the
wrongdoing.
company. So I'd refer questions
I
about
refer
that to
questions
Department
to
of Justice. My guess
Department
is
of Justice. My
since
guess
there
is
so
Josh
many
Ernst from the White House.
investigation, they're not likely to talk about that a whole lot.
Talk about that a whole lot.
Look, we want to learn as much as we can about this situation, and as I indicated to
Breaking
Michelle,
news, all television. Hurricane Center
There
Director.
are
Get
lessons that
out
we can
right
learn.
now. Get out.
and reforms that can be implemented to
Rick
prevent something like this
Nab.
from happening again, we certainly want to do that. But as long as we are sharing information with
Due to water.
employees, sensitive national security information,
I am an
that is
ex-employee of Time
critical,
Warner. Look at my
this kind
coworkers.
of risk exists. But
Hello, coworkers.
the risk of not sharing that information is even higher.
Would you like a new internet service?
One of the lessons we learned after 9/11.
I'm a coworker.
GAO released a report yesterday that found that the
Josh, tell them I'm a coworker of Time.
$1 billion on PR annually, and that you guys have added
Hello, Mitia.
667 PR staffers.
Why is that a
during this
conspiracy?
administration, that their median salary was $90,000.
I shall
This
cable. I mean,
raised
wish
criticism
it's not a secret that
from
me and Jim
government
Carrey shall cable, the cable guy.
critics on the right, so I'm wondering if you could
Me, myself, and
talk about
Irene,
why
we shall
it's
cable,
important
you
for
know, lethal
the
weapons,
administration to have added all those staffers
and live in color. What it's not to get? I don't understand.
I haven't seen the report.
I haven't seen the report,
So it's hard for me to.
so it's hard for
assess
me
the,
to access
the conclusions.
the
that they've reached.
conclusions
What I
that
can
are-
just say in
what I
general.
can just say in
is
general
that the
is that
administration has made it.
the administration has made
to
to
interact with the
interact
public,
with
interact the press
Verizon
corps, and to be as transparent
and
as
to be as
possible.
transparent as possible.
Um, that is
That is,
work that
that
requires
is work.
dedicated professionals who are
yes, they have
interested in
a
furthering that goal. The American
Kinko's
people understand
version
exactly what the administration is
of the
doing,
administration,
what we have prioritized,
what they have prioritized,
what our success,
what our
has been in
success,
implementing the agenda laid
the
out by President
agenda.
Obama. So
So they've already
our
shown
track
an
record on this
investment
is, pretty strong, both
in my
terms of
brand.
the substantive progress that we've made,
They've
also
already
in
shown
terms
they
of the
want
effective
it.
way in which we've been able to communicate with the American public. I think the
And
American
Verizon
public and our
Wireless.
democracy is well served by that. But you know,
You know,
there's not much that we do around
it's
here
that
that
much.
isn't the
I
source
can't
of,
say no to an offer
goes
like
towards
that.
criticism from those on the right.
They've
So
already bought the other company.
they're certainly entitled to do
They're
that.
certainly entitled to do that.
Okay, Ron. The storm and FEMA, do you have any more specifics about
Cable listings
the
tonight.
size and scope or metrics of the
Hawaii 5-0
response
tonight
so
on
far? I know that there
CBS.
have been teams and resources,
He, Muho, who,
repositioned.
FBI profiler Alicia Brown is forced to join Mick Garnett in a hunt for the chess piece killer when she finds a
Ron,
botsy
I
in
don't
her
have a whole
bed.
lot of new
Meanwhile,
metrics to share
Kono
with you. I can
reconnects with a former
certainly
surfing
contact my
competitor
colleagues at
who
FEMA.
is now a disabled
I don't
and
know if there's
homeless
more
war
people that were
veteran.
added
Hawaii
to the,
5-0 tonight on
uh,
CBS.
to the GAO report or not, but yeah, exactly. Those are the people who would find out
The
this
Exorcist
information for you.
tonight
Let me see what we can do on that.
on
But there is, I can provide you a
Chapter
little
3.
text
Let him
which
in.
is that there has
Cat
been,
hopes Julia.
there have
Cat
been a number of
copes
resources that have
with
been
Julia's
deployed
death,
to the
but
region.
struggles to
This
accept
is a,
realization of it. Also,
a
Marcus and
relatively new
Thomas
strategy that's been
get shocking
implemented,
news after
under the
taking
leadership
footage
of,
from Iran's home
District UK.
and PayPal
The idea here is to
emissaries
pre-stage
tonight on The Exorcist.
supplies that are likely to be
They
needed
actually
in
let them
areas
off
that are
the front
just
yesterday.
outside of the
They let us off the front. I can't believe it.
affected areas, so that after the
Dr.
storm
Ken tonight on
passes,
ABC. Dr. Ken's banquet
these
snub.
resources
Potasax
are
to
all in one
MC the
place,
annual
and not
Wiltopia
too far away
banquet,
from where they're needed
much to
most.
Ken's surprise.
So
Meanwhile, a
that
girl
work has been going on for several days now, and we can
next
provide
door
you some
stands
additional information about the
outside
quantity of those supplies. The other thing
the
that I can
Park's
tell you is
kitchen
that there are a
window and
number
stares at
of
Dave, so Molly
coordination
and DK
centers that have
try
been
to
set up
shoo
all
her away,
set up
and Clark and
up and
Damona
down the
discuss
East
the
Coast.
relationships with their current
And those coordination
partners.
centers are now
Tonight
operating
on Dr. Ken,
around the clock,
ABC.
and they're fully staffed, and that requires a lot of people.
This has been an
To,
all-television production.
ensure
We'll
that
talk
those
to you guys
operations
on the
can continue,
re-air.
around the clock.
Everyone
Another thing that we
evacuate
have
Florida
prioritized,
to
Ron, and